Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News and Rumors. I'm your host, Brandon Nudge. So this news episode is brought to you guys by SeatGeek. So if you guys are looking for tickets for any event in the entire world, get them through SeatGeek. Use my last name, code HODGE, to get $20 off your tickets. It's first-time orders only. If you seek before, make a new account with a new email. You can still use the code and get you guys $20 off any ticket for any event in the entire world. Use my last name, code HODGE, at checkout over on SeatGeek. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and jump into this episode with the first news story of the day. The first news story of the day is about Saturday night's main event. So if you've not heard, if you've been living under a rock, they have announced where the next event is going to be for Saturday night's main event, which is like an ongoing series for NBC that they're doing. So they did like one in New York City and stuff like that. They did one in Texas. And now the next one is actually coming to my state, where I'm at right now. Florida's getting it. So yeah, it's actually happening here. And it's actually not just main event they announced. Is a 4-night week, like, kind of shows they're doing here, which is crazy. Now, I don't live in Tampa. I live in Orlando, which is like an hour and a half away. And I don't know if there's going to be a way I want to be able to go there, because I'm already going to the SmackDown in Knoxville. But anyway, they've announced this many shows. Get this. So, this is happening, of course, like the second to last weekend of May. So you have Saturday night's main event, of course, happening on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we're going to have an NXT pay-per-view, NXT Battlegrounds. And then on Monday, they're getting Monday Night Raw. And then on Tuesday, they're also doing an NXT taping there. That's all happening in the arena, you know, like the kind of normal size arena. I mean, it's very large for like NXT show, but it's like the normal Raw, SmackDown size kind of arena down there in Tampa. But yeah, they announced that 4 nights of wrestling in an entire row. And what I've heard thus far is that they're selling the tickets only right now in packages. So you have to go for like all 4 nights, or I think they have a 3-night package, which is insane. Hopefully they'll do individual night tickets, because if I went, I'd only be able to go to like the Saturday show, not the other one. So hopefully Saturday night's main event will do single day tickets, and then maybe I'll try to go to that, because that's literally only like an hour from me, which is really, really cool. Alright, the next news story of the day is about WWE Evolution. The Evolution pay-per-view is coming back, if you will. Oh my gosh, okay. If you don't know what I'm talking about, and you might not, because they did this a very, very long time ago. I want to say they did Evolution when I was like a teenager. Like, it's been a while. Yeah, basically, they've announced Evolution is coming back. Evolution on July 5th, happening up there in Connecticut. Now, if you don't know what Evolution is and what's so special about Evolution, Evolution is an all-women's premium live event, all-women's pay-per-view. There's only women on the show. And they did this in response to, like, back when they started the Saudi Arabia deal. And for those shows, only the men could be on the shows. They wouldn't have the women in the ring wrestling. Now they kind of have them over there wrestling in, like, altered gear. And it kind of works out. So they kind of got rid of Evolution when they were like, oh, the women can wrestle here. We don't need that anymore. But apparently it's returning. All-women's premium live event happening actually July 5th. Connecticut, it's happening. It's gonna be like a pay-per-view, or I gotta stop calling it a pay-per-view for real, guys. But it's a premium live event, and I mean, it's on a Saturday night. It's happening on Peacock, just the same as any other premium live event would happen. So they've actually announced that. Alright, and the last news story before we jump into some rumor series is about the WWE Hall of Fame this year. Hall of Fame WWE 2025. So if you don't know, hopefully everyone knows what the Hall of Fame is, but they do a ceremony, you know, WrestleMania weekend, like every single year. And for the past few years, this happened on Friday night after SmackDown, actually inside the arena of SmackDown. Like when I went to WrestleMania a few years ago, I went to the SmackDown, and also, if you buy your ticket for SmackDown, you get to stay included with your ticket and watch the Hall of Fame ceremony, which happens after SmackDown goes off the air, which makes it like a really, really long kind of night, especially with SmackDown being such a longer show now. But apparently they've realized that might be kind of an issue, so they've actually changed it. So it is happening on Friday night still, but it's not happening in the same arena, so they're actually going to sell separate tickets, give them some more money that way. But also, it's a totally different venue. So, of course, SmackDown will be happening in the T-Mobile Arena out there in Las Vegas, but the Hall of Fame ceremony, they've actually announced is happening at a resort, hotel, casino, theater. So, in one of those giant resorts on the Las Vegas Strip. They have a theater that they're actually doing the Hall of Fame because WWE have signed I guess a partnership with them. And that, of course, is kind of a fancy upscale kind of resort. That is the Fontainebleau Resort in Las Vegas, and that's going to be happening right after SmackDown, 10 p.m. So people who go to SmackDown, you might not be able to make the Hall of Fame because it's literally happening after, like directly after. So I don't know how the logistics of the Hall of Fame and SmackDown happen in the same night are working, considering Hall of Fame is supposed to go on at 10. It's going to be like very, very close. And you're trying to go to both shows, all I've got to say is good luck. So believe it or not, that's actually the only confirmed news stories to talk to you guys about today. Go and get those juice boxes out, get those juice boxes ready, because it's now time to talk about some juicy rumors. The first rumor we'll be talking about today is also about Saturday night's main event, but not the one happening here in Tampa in May. We're actually talking the last Saturday night's main event. So they're doing like one of these shows like every quarter, right? So that would be like every 3 months of this entire year. So the last one that's going to be happening this year is going to be in December, just like the first one happened this past December. Now where's the final location where that one's going to be? It's actually an interesting location. So it's like the final kind of special of the year. They don't really do premium live events in in December because of holidays and things like that. But they do this special, which is kind of be their version of a premium live event for the year. It's actually happening in John Cena's hometown, home city, if you will. Kind of close enough. Boston is actually going to be getting the last Saturday night's main event, this rumor is saying. So that would be, I think they had a date for it already somehow. So December 13th. So that'll be Saturday, December 13th. Boston, John Cena's retirement tour. One of John Cena's last ever shows, or maybe his very last show, retiring in his hometown. I don't know, but that's out. But in main event, Boston on December 13th. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is actually it. This is the final news story, the final rumor, the final thing I'm going to be talking about inside this episode of WWE News Rumors. This is the leader for the last one. We're talking about the Super Cena himself. We're talking about John Cena and his retirement tour, his tour dates, and what the heck is going on with that. So, John Cena's retirement tour, I don't know, I think everyone expected it to be a lot more dates, and maybe it's just because there was such a big gap, it felt like, between like when Royal Rumble was and when, Elimination Chamber was, and there was like that whole gap of like people just talking about Cena or whatever, and he's not there because he's filming a movie. And I guess everyone just went out on the assumption that he was going to like kind of, I don't want to say retire, but take a hiatus and a break from acting and just do wrestling full time. We didn't know he was going to be bouncing back and forth, which we can't complain. He's a busy guy. We're lucky to have him as we've got him, at least for the rest of this year on his retirement tour. But ultimately, what's up with his dates? Like, when is he coming back? Is he coming up to build up Mania? And what's happening after WrestleMania? Is he going poof to film another movie? Like, what's going on there? So here's what's going on there. So John Cena is actually, and I'm sure WWE are going to promote the heck out of this tonight on Raw, but next week's Monday Night Raw, John Cena will be on there. He'll be returning, and it's going to be very interesting to see what kind of gimmick he's going to go. Is he going to be just this heel, like kind of hoodie up wearing Thug Cena, or is he coming out as the Thugonomics Yo Cena? I don't know. Or is it kind of something we've never seen before? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. All I know is they're still making like retirement tour merchandise for the guy, and like the fruity pebble colors with the kind of never give or whatever it says. You won't see me after this or whatever the heck they got all over it. But nonetheless, I don't know what they're doing. But he's gonna be on Raw next week, and we'll have that answer. But also, he's pretty much gonna be like on all the Raws in March, building up to WrestleMania. It's going to be like some gaps and stuff like that, but he's going to be on most of the Raws. And then, of course, he's working WrestleMania. But what's happening after WrestleMania is also an interesting point. So the first show, like post-Mania, he's actually advertised for is Main Event in Tampa, which is actually his real hometown because John Cena, if you don't know, actually lives in Tampa now. He doesn't live like up in Boston no more. So yeah, basically, John Cena is going to be at the show in Tampa, which is very convenient for him. But also, after that, he's going to be at the few SmackDowns following that, I guess. The one I'm going to in Knoxville that I got front row seats for. If you guys haven't seen the video of me buying my tickets for that, check that out. I'll put it on the end card. But basically, I'll be there, front row. But John Cena's going to be in the show in Knoxville and a few other SmackDowns in May, which is going to lead into kind of a mystery zone because we don't know what's going on. Because WWE are very, very slow this year about announcing where the shows are going to be and what shows we're even getting. We don't know what premium live events happening in May or June or like any of that. We just know SummerSlam's date and it's happening in New York City. We don't know the in-betweens. I've heard rumors that maybe like we're having the whole Backlash thing, like WrestleMania Backlash or whatever we're calling it. That's going in Mexico. Then maybe there's an Australia show this summer, but I don't know. As for premium live events, we don't know. And Cena's schedule, I'm sure he'll be at the premium live events, but they haven't even announced what the shows are, when they're happening, what we're getting, and where they are. So there's like a lot of slow time confusion there. They're slowly starting to roll the dates out, so we will see. But nonetheless, that's John Cena's current schedule. I'm sure they'll add more dates to it. But he's actually working quite a bit more than expected, because everyone was kind of worried when he went and filmed that movie after Rumble. But it looks like he's actually going to be filling in some dates there. So there you guys, that's going to do it for this episode of WWE News Rumors. Let me know your thoughts on all these news stories and rumors in the comment section down below. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm your one and only undisputed king of vlog style, Brandon Nudge, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.